I really want to get into this, but we're really kind of over time. But I'm a big fan of Jim Sterling. He's been doing his show, the Jimquisition, for a couple of years. I picked up on it over at The Escapist when I was first, really kind of getting into Zero Punctuation. Found his content, really enjoyed it. He's since split off of the Escapist network and launched an extremely successful Patreon campaign. And he's walked into a little bit of hot water. Now, there's been ongoing drama between Jim Sterling and this indie dev called Digital Homicide. And Digital Homicide recently filed a lawsuit suing Jim Sterling for upwards of $10 million.
Yeah. That's a lot of money.
$10 million.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Okay, wait, so tell me, why are they suing him exactly?
On March 16th, Digital Homicide formally filed a lawsuit in Arizona District Court accusing Sterling of assault, libel, and slander to the tune of $10 million.
Mind blown.
The only reason assault is listed is because libel is, legally speaking, part of a broader category when filing a lawsuit.
Not actually assault.
No, he didn't actually beat them up.
No, these people are just fucking
He just verbally abused them.
ass whiners.
Yes. The lawsuit was filed by Digital Homicide co-founder James Romaine.
So they're suing him for being mean.
For being mean.
For being a dick.
Yeah, for being a mean guy.
Because they have a shitty product.
Digital Homicide claims Sterling, whose real name is James Stanton, has falsely accused Digital Homicide and caused damage to the company. According to court documents, the company is asking for $2.2 million in direct product damage. That's $4.3 million in emotional, reputational, and financial distress.
Emotional distress from Critic?
And $5 million in punitive damages request. That adds up.
It was a joke, you bitch.
That adds up to $10.7 million.
Oh my God.
Right,
if we could sue everyone for $10 million who gave us negative criticism, holy shit.
Yeah, we'd be rich.
I know, right?
It's emotional
I'll just say,
distress, guys.
having looked through some of their library of games, some of the hard-hitting titles they've put out, I highly doubt the whole of their assets, like if you projected them out 10 years, is worth $10 million.
No, not at
even
all.
close.
Not even. They'd be lucky to be able to bank a couple of grand off of it in a year.
Yeah. This whole thing to me is just...
Oh, you want to hear what makes it hilarious? Digital Homicide is representing themselves in the lawsuit and do not have an attorney.
Because they're too poor to afford one?
It's all bad.
Yes, they attempted to crowdfund support for additional help, saying all donations will be kept anonymous. However, Digital Homicide has since taken down its crowdfunding request due to harassers donating amounts specifically to cause charges rather than donations and chargebacks to cause financial fees. And we'll be seeking other avenues for donations. By the way, that actually is back up and rocking $200.
Oh, $200.
Which was probably made by Romaine's mom.
I mean, come on, you look ridiculous.
They do. They look absolutely ridiculous in it. Going through and watching first of all, Jim Sterling's comments against their game they were pretty well founded. Their reaction video to that is the funniest thing I have watched in ages.
Really is.
The reviewer.
If they were trying to make that a serious video series that was just meant to make them look like asses, they could make a fortune off that, way better than any of their shitty games that they've made.
Yes. Oh
Wow.
my God. It was like a bunch of third graders
And here's
just
the
throwing
thing-
insults back at him.
Here's the thing. This is really not about Jim Sterling. Jim Sterling accurately identified a very shitty game.
Yes.
And what happened afterwards, everything that happened after that, all of the harassing, all of the, of Sterling going after Digital Homicide again and again, was all because of the way that these two twat burgers decided to respond to the criticism. That's it.
Yeah.
It's the Streisand effect. That's what happened. This is the Streisand effect made manifest. And it's fucking ridiculous that they would try to even... I can't believe that there's a court of law that accepted this shit.
I love that one of the things that they're suing them for is the fact that his fans have been harassing them. Like, he has any control.
It's because they know they're stupid.
Any fucking control over doing anything. It's absolutely insane.
It is hilarious that they include his fans as part of the reason they're suing. Like, yeah, okay. Like, even if he did get on the air and tell his fans to go harass them, which he didn't, too bad.
This is
you
going
don't
to
get to sue him over their actions.
This is absolutely going to get tossed out. I mean,
Yes.
granted, Arizona is a pretty conservative courtroom. It's a very conservative state. You might be able to find a judge or two that might be sympathetic to the cause, but you're not going to be able.
can't see a
There's
jury being convinced.
No legal argument for this.
No.
None whatsoever.
What you should be doing, instead of wasting all your resources and time being a fucking twat waffle, is make your fucking game better.
What's the difference between a twat waffle and twat burger?
One's vegan friendly.
The twat
Zing.
The twat burger is between two buns, and the twat waffle is pressed.
I'm getting hungry now.
Yeah, me too.
No, I think my favorite thing about this is when they're in their lawsuit, like in the write-up for it, what they believe the terms fair use means is utterly hysterical because they claim that it is not fair use because literally what they're saying is not fair.
Yep.
That's what they think fair use is.
That's what they think. Yes.
Yes. They're like, the criticisms that he levied against our games were unfounded and unfair, violating fair use. I'm like, you guys are fucking idiots, and you are going to get laughed out of court.
What the fuck?
Yes, that is a thing.
Yep. This has gone back and forth with Digital Homicide filing DMCA takedowns on YouTube. They were really one of these first companies that and a lot of indie devs and even bigger devs, bigger publishers have come out and decided to squash criticism. Where if they don't like the content of your video, they'll file a DMCA takedown, even though your content didn't feature a scrap of content related to theirs.
Yeah, and this there's nothing wrong with this system, guys. There's nothing wrong here.
God, it is. This is just a shit show. If you're interested, you should listen to the episode of Jim Sterling's podcast where Romaine did a interview on it. It's pretty interesting, and the fists start flying right out of the gate.
It's literally 3 hours of name calling, and it is funny as hell.
Mm-hmm. Not mentioned in any of the articles, though, is at the end of the month they're thinking about changing their name to Digital Suicide because that's what they're committing.
Oh man, what idiots these guys are!
Still butthurt.
I can't believe that anyone is actually that stupid,
Well,
especially on the count of the fair use.
At least this provides more entertainment to us than the guy doing Bear Simulator who just called it quits because his feelings were hurt.
Oh, who Phil fished out of it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just interesting that their idea for this is we're going to review his review of our game, and then I love Jim Sterling's comeback to literally just do the same thing and to review their review video and just keep it going.
It really was. It was very fun watching this play out because I saw this happen in real time. This has been since he's left The Escapist.
Right.
I think maybe even the first one came on. It was on The Escapist right around the time where he switched off of it.
Yeah, because it was early 2014, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And, just watching this all unfold, I was just sort of like kind of entertained by it.
Oh, absolutely.
And then, as soon as Romaine came out and tried to fire back, I was like, this is not going to work out for you, bud. This is not going to go well for you.
It's
not because I mean, and I love Jim Sterling's content, but it was not like, dude, Jim's going to fucking smoke you. It was just like,
it's
this
like
is
when you're trying
Streisand,
to
dude.
heckle a comedian.
Yes.
It's not gonna fucking work. He has the mic, you motherfucker.
Exactly.
He does this professionally.
You know what this is like? This is like somebody going to a comedy show, piping up, heckling, trying to become a part of the show, and then suing the comedy club afterwards because their feelings got hurt. Fuck you.
Well, that was dumb.
Fuck you, Romaine. You fucking thin-skinned pile of shit.
It's not like he even tried to fire back well. His comeback was shitty and awful. Like,
It
if you're
really
going to
was.
go for it, you better nail it or sit in silence. Those are your options. If they had just taken it with a grain of salt, no one would have thought twice about it.
Exactly. That's the thing, is that if they had never responded, Sterling would have moved on to his next thing.
And it wouldn't have hurt their sales any.
No.
It wouldn't have mattered.
No, at all. At all.
Anyone got a preference between a twat waffle
Yeah.
and a blue waffle? I'm partial to a toy nugget. FEC, hash it's twat not tutu.
Thank you for the donation, Thor.
There he is.
Yeah, we haven't seen Thor in a minute.
We
but
missed you, buddy.
yeah, nice to see you again. Thor and his always entertaining donations. Yeah, but I think that this is, I mean, first of all, it's a little bit frightening because he has to respond to this. Like, no matter what, Sterling's got to respond to this, and it just creates an entire legal headache for this guy to fucking have to deal with.
Yeah.
I really do feel bad for Sterling in this case, because these guys smell money that's just not there.
Yeah.
At the very best case scenario, he still has to go waste a day in court.
Exactly.
Like,
in an Arizona court.
In the best case scenario, he's got to go to Arizona and represent himself in court. And in the worst case scenario, actually hire a lawyer and pay for that shit. Although he can probably countersue for those fees, but it's stupid.
Yeah, because they have money.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. But you're like, at the very worst, he has to waste his time to go defend himself with this.
It's just, it really is pretty surprising. I really think that this should just be thrown out on its face. If it's not, if it moves forward, I think that's definitely something to pay attention to.
I mean, and not just in our little corner of the internet, but in all forms of criticism, you better watch out. Movie critics everywhere, book critics, everything is now on notice if that advances, which is why it's not going to advance, because no judge is going to set that legal precedent.
No. Why don't you take us to court, James? Huh? So we called you a fucking twat waffle and burger. Why don't you take us to court, too?
Sorry for the
That's
emotional
sarcasm.
Nobody likes you. Nobody likes your shitty games. Nobody's going to buy your shitty games. And everyone hates your guts. Because you're a child. You don't know how to respond to criticism. Somebody tells me I suck, I'm like, I don't care.
Probably.
Nate, you suck.
If an arguably larger YouTube channel made a video about how much we suck, do you think that I would try to, you think I'd try to take them to court?
No, we play it on our show to get exposure.
I would respond.
You take
absolutely.
him to the court. That is the internet.
The court of public opinion.
So stupid. All right, we got to get out of here. We've run it a little bit.